Welcome back to ESPN's presentation of Capital One Bowl Week.
We welcome you back. Our Petro-Sun Independence Bowl coverage from Shreveport, Louisiana. And right now, it has been the Cowboys of Oklahoma State who've had the better of it, 24-14. But both offenses have put in some numbers up. Welcome back, everybody. And in the first half, we saw a rushing game. You keep that ball on the ground in bowl games, you can advance it, Andre. You got a pretty good chance of winning the football game.
I think for Alabama, certainly you got to go to the ground game. That's where you had your success. That's where you got yourself on the scoreboard. And you can establish some dominance up front. When they went away from that, started throwing the football around, it gave Oklahoma State some opportunities to stop them, first of all, and then get some scoring opportunities of their own.
Andre, while not a lot of teams use it anymore, we've seen it over the years, decades in college football. The option is very tough to defend against when you got a quarterback who can run and pass.
Oh, absolutely. When you have a guy like Bobby Reed who can put some pressure on the defense on the edges with his legs, and then all of a sudden you bring in an element of play action. You stick it in there, play action pass, and then move it, drop back and sling one over the top. They are one of two teams, you mentioned it, that average 200 yards in the air, 200 yards on the ground, and we see why in this football game.
Boise State is the other. We are ready to go. Alabama had the option at the start of the football game and declined. They will take the football here. Again, that's going to be taken in the end zone, and it's going to be run out to the 10, 15, up to the 20, and a good return to the 24-yard line. Rashad Johnson finally gets a chance to carry one out. Todd Harris.
Well, just moments ago, I talked with Oklahoma State head coach Mike Gundy. He told me he was very happy. You guys remember earlier this week, he told us they wanted to use the pass to set up the run. Well, today he said it's the run that's carrying the pass. Bobby Reed, his quarterback, he said did not have a very good first half. He's had tightness in his lower back. He's been on the exercise bike here at halftime. He says he expects bigger things from him, but the most important thing is he's leading, and their backup tight end, Justin Waller, he is out for the game. Gary?
All right, Todd. Bobby Reed went 6 for 14, 101 yards of passing. Alabama's got the football, first and 10. It'll be carried to the near side 30-yard line and driven out of bounds. DJ Hall, a 6-yard gain. Andre said go to the ground, and that's the way they start. Crimson Tide, their last 6 drives.
Yeah, you see here punt, and then they go the touchdown when they went to the ground game, and then punt, and then a touchdown again when they responded and went back to the ground. I tell you, and then took a knee to go into halftime. They need to run the football. Establish it. You're only 2 scores down. Plenty of time in this football game. You score here, and you are back in it in a very, very positive way.
Joe Kynes, who is working as the defensive coordinator and the interim head coach for Alabama, watching his team with the football on this second down and 4. They did not have good field position most of the first half. That one's taken and down at the 35-yard line. 5-yard gain. Will Oakley on the reception, and that is enough for a first down.
Well, a nice little job of hitting the crossing route. You're going to see the receiver ISO here. When you get zone coverage, you just kind of work your way, find the first down marker, and then now show your numbers to the quarterback, catch it, and get yourself a first down.
Adjust, adjust, adjust. That's the name of all of sports. We'll see how these two teams do that here. There is Oakley, first reception this football game, and enough for the first down, moving that ball up to the 46-yard line. Looking into the flats, wide open. It is incomplete. That is McClain, a fullback, and he was open but couldn't get the football.
Well, nice touch on the football by John Parker Wilson. You'll see right here. Nice little play fake when you're running the football effectively, but nice touch. Come on, big fella. Just bring that one down. Don't fight it. Just let it happen.
He started looking in front of him and saw nothing, I think, before he had the football. That'll bring up a second down. Alabama led by Jimmy Johns in the rushing department, 38 yards. In the receiving department, Keith Darby out of the backfield had 3 receptions for 27 yards to lead Alabama in that department. Wilson, the quarterback, was 8 for 17 with a touchdown pass. That's going to be carried to the 42-yard line, a 6-yard gain. That is Darby. Darby's had an impressive career and an impressive game so far here, taken down by DeGrade.
Oh, a nice little stretch play when you're just trying to put some pressure on the edges of Oklahoma State's defense. Get yourself in 3rd down and medium, because you can convert and call a lot of plays when you're 3rd down and 4 or 5. So right here, Alabama operating with a full playbook.
Alabama 3 for 6 in 3rd down conversions in the first half. They were 40% on third down conversions on the year. Castile's in the backfield. They're going to pass. Big rush. Avoids the hit. He can get the first down on his legs and does. Just shy of midfield, and the carry for 7 yards.
Well, didn't have a lot of yards rushing this season, but certainly athletic enough to pull it down and just pick up enough to get the first down. You're going to see here they have a lot of out routes, 3 out routes on that side. Throw it quick. Nothing's there. He pulls it down. Right here, get the first down and get yourself down. Protect the football.
Ryan McBean had a shot at Wilson before he was able to break free. There you see the rushing game on the season that he has had. Here's the pitch to the near side. Darby on the carry. Hurdles, takes it over midfield for a 2-yard gain. Darby will probably be called on a lot here in the second half by Alabama if this game is close, to keep the running game going.
Most SEC teams, this is what you expect. Nice ground game and then some play action pass off that. But, you know, when you talk about Steve Spurrier, that's a whole different element.
Yeah, that's
because
right.
He's going to do things differently. They're going to spray it around the park, and he is one guy that, you know, they talk about the passing game. He runs the football. I think he uses the passing game to set up the run, certainly.
All right, now Alabama's on the move, looking down the near sideline. Oh, bad pass. It is intercepted, and he dropped it. At the 28-yard line, Andre Sexton had that football as though he was the receiver. So surprised he couldn't hang on.
Yeah, the redshirt freshman free safety, it just came right into his lap. Just catch it. Hang on. Just bring the football in right there, trying to kind of tightening up as the football got there. Made a big hit on the goal line for Oklahoma State, but right there, that should have been an interception and a turnover for that defensive unit.
He can't believe he could not hang on to that football. Another third down and 8. Alabama would love to score here in this opening drive of the second half. Castile's in the backfield blocking. Good protection. Over the middle, it is caught. And that's going to be enough for a first down, and then some at the 33 to DJ Hall, a 16-yard gain.
All right, he took a big shot from Donovan Woods, but he holds on to the football. Donovan Woods was this team's quarterback much of last year when Bobby Reed was injured, but nice touch on the football, giving DJ Hall an opportunity to come up with a nice reception on the move, and you'll see him right here get stepped on by his center, Antoine Caldwell, but gathers himself, remains composed, and delivers the football.
Good third down conversion. Wilson, the carry will be taken down to about the 32-yard line. John Parker Wilson. And for Alabama now, getting down to territory where all season long they've had trouble moving the football.
Well, it's John Parker, the quarterback, is up top, and now it's the running back, Jimmy John. This is a package that they told us, kind of similar to what Arkansas does a little bit, where they direct snap to the quarterback, and then he has the option to run from that point.
Jimmy Johns is number 10. John Parker Wilson, number 14. Wilson moves back under center here. He was a receiver on the last play. There's that first down marker, but it's an incomplete pass. And no chance to be held onto by Stover. Good defensive coverage by Van Zandt.
Yeah, Martell Van Zandt. And we mentioned the fact that the kid was born deaf without eardrums. He is a fast, big corner, though. 6'2", 205 pounds, and runs well under 4.5. So he is going to attract some interest on the next level.
This is the 11th play of the drive. Second time they've had to convert on the third down situation. They are needing this one. They need the football, and still on the fly. They're going to get it. Down to the 15-yard line. Tim Castile on an extra effort carry for 24 yards.
Well, it's taken a little while for Dave Rader to get back in play calling mode, but he seems to be in a great rhythm in this drive. Right here, nice little screen pass. We talked about it when teams play zone. Now you got to block down the field as opposed to just running him off in man-to-man coverage. And Tim Castile right there, a nice catch and a nice run for a first down.
Castile putting him down down inside the 20-yard line. Red zone territory again. First down at 10. First down's at the 5-yard line. Looking to the end zone. Big rush. Gets away from one. Turns back inside, and wisely Wilson goes down as he had coverage all over the place in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 2. Peterson moved in to help put the pressure on.
Yeah, Nathan Peterson, the junior defensive end, was the first guy to arrive. The coaches describe him as a big man in a small man's body. Just 6'2", 240 pounds, playing defensive end, but he is an excellent pass rusher. And we saw him a couple of different occasions flush John Parker Wilson out of the pocket.
Alabama with Darby in the backfield. They bring the man in motion, 2 receivers right side. He'll roll this way. Wilson looking, nobody open. He's going to try and cut back across the field. Doesn't get very far. He'll have a gain of 3. Takes it inside the 15-yard line.
Maybe trying to do a little bit too much now, Gary. He had a receiver open. DJ Hall down. A little out route along the sideline was open. Just trust what you're seeing and give him the football. Have confidence in your arm and deliver it. Don't try to do too much. Don't play outside of what your offensive scheme is giving you or trying to do. Just deliver the football within and operate within the structure of the offense.
Another third down. They are 6 for 9 now in the game, third down conversions. They've got 5 receivers available here for Wilson. Wilson, first down is at the 5. They're not there, and they're going to be shy of it by 1.5 yards. The catch by Travis McCall, the sophomore, who's a tight end, and now it's decision time.
Yeah, and they are 4th worst in the entire country at just 34% on the year in the red zone. So now they're going to come out and take points any way you can get them. If you're Joe Kynes, they're 2 scores down anyway. They're going to need a field goal to get back in this game.
So they will go for it. Jamie Christensen, who's 12 for 16 in the field goal department, a 24-yard attempt here for the junior kicker for Alabama. E.J. Fitzgerald, the holder. The kick is up, and it is good. So they get 3 out of that. That brings them back to 24-17. One-possession football game here in the third quarter.
Centenary College of Louisiana in Shreveport, fostering a rich intellectual and social atmosphere, building lives of integrity. Students explore the unfamiliar, invent new approaches to understanding, and connect their work and lives to the world at large. Centenary students enjoy a vibrant college life and achieve superior preparation for futures still unimagined. Centenary College of Louisiana. Explore, invent, connect.
Jared here. Michael Strahan here.
Subway Restaurants is known for tasty low-fat subs, like this 6-inch Subway Club. Order a footlong, and it's still half the fat of a McDonald's Big Mac.
But the real surprise, it's got twice the meat. Fills me up without slowing me down.
Less fat.
More meat.
Less fat.
More meat.
Less fat. More meat. Less fat. More meat. Fat. More meat. Less fat. More meat. Fat.
More meat!
The delicious footlong Subway Club. Less than half the fat of a McDonald's Big Mac,
but twice the meat.
Subway.
Eat fresh.
Let's go.
Best-in-class payload outside and a ton of comfort inside.
What are you doing? You're trashing my truck.
You serious? Sorry.
Ford F-150. Treat it right.
Over the last 100 years, millions of NCAA student athletes have gone pro in something other than sports.
More than just a number, 42. Let's meet him.
Outside of football, I'm kind of chill person. I like to lay back, and I love to watch CSI. I got all the seasons. Sometimes I feel like I'm a detective, so that's all I do. One thing they might not know about me, I used to have to wear corrective shoes when I was a kid, because I think I was pigeon-toed and everything. You know, I wore corrective shoes for a long time. So my mom still jokes with me today, says she don't know how I'm able to run, you know, because I wore those shoes for so long.
Well, they were, because he's one of the fastest players on the team right now.
And was selected last night as the defensive captain on this team. And they do it a little different at Alabama, where they vote the captains after the season, and they put their handprints and footprints at Denny Chimes, which is a huge landmark on the campus of Alabama. And they get to do that. They're cemented in forever on the campus at Alabama.
It's a great honor. Christensen is ready to kick it off, and ought to get a return here. That wind blowing a little crossfield, but also in his face a little bit, as Alabama went 15 plays, 69 yards, took over 6 minutes and got that field goal off it, taking it to the 13-yard line, up over the 25 to the 27. Grant Jones, the #1 kickoff returner in the nation. Let's get down to Todd.
Gary here with Mr. Boone Pickens, and the first question I have to ask you, Mr. Pickens, is what's it like to write a check for $250 million to your alma mater?
It was exciting. It was exciting.
You're enjoying the game with your wife, Madeline. What is your dream for your alma mater?
BCS.
No questions asked.
No questions asked. We'll get there. There's no question about that. We've had a great season this year. Coach Gundy has done a marvelous job. The team was clean. We never had any problems with any of our players. Everything worked super for us this year. Great year.
You've been generous with your money throughout the university and the international community. We thank you for that. Your ideas and your perspective on the game tonight.
Oh, we're going to win. We're going to win.
Well, Gary, the guy that gives that much money, I'm going to take his word for it.
28-yard gain right there. I thought you'd ask for a loan. I can't believe he didn't do that. Couldn't he have written Todd a check? Huh?
And sent it to where he could split it up 3 ways myself.
Yeah, that's right. What a great supporter.
Pretty hard-working guys.
Yeah. T-Bone Pickens, who has made tremendous contributions to this program and their new facilities, which are still under construction. Good 28-yard reception on that one from Bobby Reed. Oklahoma State passing against this Alabama defense. It was so strong against the pass during the regular season. Reed off the handoff straight ahead, shy of a first down. That is Savage on a 4-yard gain. He's been their leading ground gainer here in this football game with 68 yards in the first half.
Yeah, let's go back and take a look at the big-time pass by Brendan Pettigrew right there, just kind of up the field as a tight end, releasing 4 verticals, and good job with the eyes by Bobby Reed into coverage.
Good read here on the screen, taken down at the 40-yard line. There'll be no gain. Reed trying to go against the flow on the near side, but you see the double coverage that was put on there. Good play by Marcus Carter for Alabama, who moved up from the quarterback to help out on the tackle.
Yeah, the former walk-on, now starting at free safety, just a junior. He's now on scholarship, but he came to this football team as a walk-on. 6 foot, 200 pounds, good athlete playing in the defensive backfield.
And now a big 3rd down play. Oklahoma State's 2 for 7 and 3rd down conversions on the day. They've got a 3rd down and a 6 in Alabama territory. Savage, the lone setback. Bama charges in, and there's a flag before they get the snap off.
Usually that's a false start when it's blown dead before the whistle. I mean, before the ball snap.
False start.
Yep.
75 of the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
And you get that old quick whistle, and it's the big fella, the 4-year starter on that offensive line, and Corey Hilliard. The coaches think he can play at the next level. He's their best offensive lineman. You talk to him, and being an old lineman, his childhood hero was Brett Favre. He said they'd go out and play in the backyard, and, hey, he wanted to be Brett Favre.
Linemen can dream, too. Come on. You trophy-winning quarterbacks. It'll bring up the 3rd down and 11. 3rd and 11. So Bobby Reed will go back and take this out of the gun. Looking for the first down. Big rush from the cornerback. Flags are down. Probably a holding call as Alabama on the last 2 plays has brought everybody into the box, and a big rush by Terrence Jones.
Well, I like it. You're talking about the 18th ranked defense in this country.
75 for the offense. Penalties refused. 4th down.
Well, Corey Hilliard is having a hard time on that edge with Wallace Greenberry, who is back in this football game after kind of limping off early. But we mentioned the fact Gilberry would play in the parking lot.
Yeah.
I mean, he just loves to play football.
He prefers to play in the opponent's backfield,
Yeah,
however.
he likes the helmet and the shoulder pads, and then give me a free pat to that quarterback.
Good job by the Alabama defense now after they got that field goal in their first possession of the half. Now they've got a chance to get it back. Foge will do the kicking. He waits, puts the foot into it at the 40. Fair catch is called for and handled at the 15-yard line, where Alabama will take over after a 35-yard punt and a chance to get this game tied up if they can find the end zone.
Making room for my daughter's swing set.
I was playing in the dirt.
I was taking the ponies out for a ride.
When you hit that 250,000-mile mark, you'll remember exactly where you were in a Ford F-Series. Because with more trucks on the road with 250,000 miles than any other brand, there's nothing tougher.
Gumdrop here. Let's clear something up. Up north, we make rocking horses and wooden trains. iPods, not so much. But if you just got an iPod, Radio Shack has loads of accessories, like headphones, speakers, FM transmitters, cool cases, many at 20 to 50% off. So, for iPod stuff, go to Radio Shack. If you need a new caboose for your train, I'll whittle you one.
All the stuff you need to go with all the stuff you got. Only at Radio Shack.
Oh, my credit card miles expired, but don't worry. Daddy's got a plan. Orlando, here we come. Is there meal service on this flight? Oh, yummy. Who wants some? Hang on. Bone weevils. Isn't this fun?
We should have switched to Capital One.
Get Capital One's no hassle rewards with no miles expiration or earn caps and no blackout dates.
Oh, that's different.
What's in your wallet?
ESPN College Football, the PetroSun Independence Bowl, is brought to you by PetroSun, moving energy forward. Ford, bold moves, they happen every day. And Radio Shack, for all the accessories you need to go with the holiday gifts you got. Get to your neighborhood Radio Shack.
The tradition of Alabama, 54th bowl. Nobody's played in more of them. They've had more wins, 30, than anybody else. Their 112th year of football, 12 national titles, 21 SEC championships, but trailing Oklahoma State right now. Alabama's got the football. They had a good first drive. They've had 8 different rushers in this game. First down and a 10. And that's going to be carried straight ahead. A little fumble on the snap there, but they got it back and maybe pick up a couple.
We just got to take care of the football. But if you're wondering, you see here, just kind of short snaps him, anticipating it to be a little bit longer. John Parker Wilson does a good job of getting on the football. You're looking for a coach, and you're trying to decide if the guy you have as the interim is the guy. I'll tell you, Joe Kynes has done well for himself early. Nice adjustments at halftime. Offensively, they go down and they get a field goal out of it. Defensively, you hold and get the football back with an opportunity to tie up this ball game.
Ian Dave Rader, the offensive coach, making the changes. That's going to be carried by Wilson to the 23, 24-yard line, and he gets hog-tied there. That'll be a gain of 6. The coaching scenario for Alabama, the fact that they've gone a month without a coach, is of big interest. Those who have had an interest, Rich Rodriguez, Nick Saban, Steve Spurrier, either have been asked and said no or just said no before being asked. Gruden, Johnson, Kynes, who's coaching today, Tedford, and Saban still on that list of possibilities.
Yeah, he is the guy that they want, is Saban. And I'll tell you, it's going to be
he says no.
He says no, but those close to this program say he's still interested. We got a reasons why he's interested.
Pretty emphatic about it this past week. That'll be for a first down, caught at the 30-yard line, gain of 6. Good play and a tough reception by D.J. Hall on a low pass thrown by John Parker Wilson.
I just watched this receiver and the cornerback work. Nice, strong cornerback. Martell Van Sant trying to physically throw DJ Hall off his route. And when you're a receiver and you're working against press coverage, you better use your hands to get yourself a release up the field. And DJ Hall right there, getting his hands involved to free himself up on a slant route for a first down.
4th reception for Hall. He comes out of the football game. First down and a 10. Run it to the near side from the deep back position, and there'll be maybe a loss of a yard on that one. Good penetration. Oklahoma State getting in the backfield. Andre Sexton, the strong safety, was there on Jimmy Johns.
Well, he's played himself one heck of a football game. Had his hand on an interception, and he won't get an easier one earlier. But ball thrown right in his chest, and he puts it on the ground. But we saw him with a big hit along the goal line, and they're coming up in run support.
They've got 7 underclassmen, Oklahoma State does, in their starting lineup in defense, and 9 underclassmen listed in the when you go through the backup. So a young defense out there that they were a little worried about. Tripping and falling as he tried to back up was John Parker Wilson. I'm not sure if he hit somebody's foot or just tripped himself.
Boy, that's a couple of times, and you'll see working over him is Larry Brown, the big guy right there in the middle for Oklahoma State. And he's just getting a handful right there. You got to snap, get yourself back, and then try to pass protect, but he's catching it from big Larry Brown.
And another third down. These third downs popping up all over the place. 7 for 11 for Alabama. Much better than they did on the regular season when they were 40%. Tim Castile is in, long yardage now, 3rd and 11. Castile's the only man on the backfield. He'll block. Looking over the middle, Wilson completes it up to the 40-yard line, and that's a first down. There you saw DJ Hall knowing exactly where he was on the field. A 14-yard gain, just enough for the first down.
Well, playmakers make plays at critical times in a ball game, and it's easy when the game's just kind of rocking along to make a play here and there. But when it's 3rd down and forever, and DJ Hall once again coming up big for Alabama offensively.
Now there's a flag down and an eligible receiver downfield. Oh, these penalties for both of these teams.
It has killed Alabama.
Illegal touching. Number 22. He was covered up and was first to touch the ball. That's a 5-yard penalty from previous spot. Repeat 3rd down.
Well, that's terrible because it's just a formation thing where, you know, you look at him as he's covered up inside at the top up here. And boy, just kind of gets himself down the field and gets the first down, but it's coming back. And you got to know where to line up on the field just to get the play started.
That really hurts.
All right, looks like, you know, it's a shoulder thing. He's kind of dragging a right arm or something. He's looking 100%.
He's got a bad shoulder, Andre.
Yeah, you can tell there that he is he's kind of favoring it a little bit.
That's number 22, DJ Hall. You saw coming back out on the field with that right shoulder dragging down. Now it's 3rd down and 17. 4 receivers out. Looking Wilson, short of the first down, fine defensive coverage, 7-yard gain, not nearly enough. Doesn't even get him back to the original line of scrimmage. And again, Andre Sexton on Matt Goodell.
Yeah, a lot of deep zone coverage. Just going to try to keep all the receivers in front of them and not give up that first down. You're wondering why. Why do you throw it for 7 yards? There's nobody deep, and you don't want to force one. Trying to pick up a first down, you make a bad play, and then it's a turnover, an interception going the other way.
B.J. Fitzgerald averaging 38 yards a punt. Dangerous kick. Ooh, how did he get that off? It will hit at the 40-yard line and take an Alabama bounce and be down at the 34-yard line. It looked like he kicked that right through the defender. It is a 38-yard punt as P.J. Fitzgerald shows us a little holiday magic. Punt through the guy. Thank you very much.
Unintentional injury is the leading killer of our children ages 1 to 14. Most of these injuries can be prevented. I'm Caddo Parish Sheriff Steve Prater, and this is the future home of Sheriff Safety Town, a place where children can learn safety skills and practice them in a safe environment. So the next time this happens, the child won't become just another statistic.
Capital One Bowl week continues with Texas A&M Cal in the Pacific Life Holiday Bowl, tonight at 8 Eastern on ESPN.
In the uncompromising world of professional grade, this is crunch time. Time to score year-end deals. Plus, get the confidence of the GM 100,000-mile warranty. See the pros at your local GMC dealer.
Qualified lessees get a low-mileage lease on an 07 Envoy SLE 4-wheel drive for around $269 a month. Call for lease details or get an even better deal during the Red Tag event with the best factory-to-dealer incentives of the year. Hurry, ends January 2nd.
When you don't know what the weather is going to do, it's good to know what your car can do. The Audi Quattro Winter Event. Get exceptional values on select Audi models, each available with race-proven and weather-proven Quattro all-wheel drive. Test drive the Audi A4 Sports Sedan at your local Audi dealer today.
Well, a couple of questions on that last punt. One, how did he get it off? Two, if he was touched and the ball wasn't touched, why wasn't there a flag?
Yeah, and where's the Hollywood on this? If you're just bumped as a punter, you go ahead and take that fall, and then maybe you draw the eye of the official. But if it's not touched, it should be running into the kicker. It should be a penalty against Oklahoma State. But here we are.
It was not. Savage is in the backfield. Oklahoma State's got the football. That was a big punt, though, because field position's a little deeper than what you thought it would have been for Oklahoma State on this drive. 1st and 10. Back and looking to the sidelines. It is almost intercepted, incomplete at the 45-yard line. That's Robinson.
And he's matched up once again against DeJuan Woods. And I don't know if he was a little sick coming into this game or what, but it just doesn't feel like from this angle, or looking at him, watching his body language on the field, that he's giving you 100%.
And that's talking about Woods, the receiver. This is one of the key matchups in the football game. Robinson playing his 50th game, only the 11th player at Alabama to reach that number. A real veteran and a very fine pass defender. Brings up the 2nd down and 10. Looking to the far side after the fake. And that is going to be completed. It's enough for a 1st down, and that is Woods. They go right back to him. A 14-yard gain. He is a key receiver. 38 receptions, 5 for touchdowns during the season. And he's had in his career over 2,800 yards receiving-wise. Minute 52 left to go here in the 3rd. And just falling ahead for 3 yards is Savage. Savage taken down by Gilberry, who's played a strong game inside.
Yeah, just a junior and a big presence inside. He's getting up the field. Tremendous penetration when Oklahoma State decides to run the football. And then he's given Corey Hilliard, the left tackle, just fits on his way to Bobby Reed.
Moving the football here in a hurry. Now they'll stand up and go to the sideline. They're at midfield. 12 carries, 76 yards for Savage so far in this game. He's in the backfield here with the 2 receivers off on the short side. Savage on the carry, keeps the knees moving. He'll get close to the 1st down marker. 7-yard gain. Dukes on the hip. We'll have to check the spotting for the 1st down. Todd.
Gary, quickly, we talked about Martell Van Zandt. What a great story he is. Well, here's his lifeline to the hearing world. This is Allie Lee, his translator. You travel all the way from Oklahoma City every day during football season. What has been the most difficult part for you?
Just the pace of the game and how fast I have to interpret things.
You talked to me earlier about how you have to interpret not just plays, but everything else he hears, teammates' comments.
Yeah, if the other players can hear things, then he has to have the opportunity to hear them also.
Talk about sense of humor. What's it like working with him on a day-in and day-out basis?
Oh, you know, they cut up and they joke and tease each other all the time, so it's a good time.
Thanks for your time.
Thanks a lot. We'll see y'all later.
What a great job he does, and what a magnificent position to be working with someone who's not just a football player, but a very good football player and is deaf.
He's got excellent size and feet, and here on a 3rd down and short, they try to run Savage between the tackles, and he's going to come up with, looks like, just short of the 1st down. They're going to bring the sticks out and measure it. But it's going to look, it looks to be just short of the 1st down mark.
Alabama defense may be getting it done here. Take a look at how they use the signing. There you see how short they are for 1st down. It's going to be a 4th down. He's got to be involved in everything. He stays right around Van Zandt, who is deaf. Everything's said to him by players, coaches. He relays the information. That's
amazing.
What a job.
Amazing. And
now, what are you going to do here? Are you going to carry the football?
I tell you, I'm going to go for it. I've got the lead, and I'm across midfield, and that's my determining factor. When I've got the lead in the football game, I can really take over. I've got a 7-point lead. Go ahead, trust my offensive line. They've run the football pretty effectively in this game. Go ahead and go for it here if you're Van Gundy.
I think they're going to use. I think they're going to take a timeout here to talk about it at the end of the quarter. They won't need the timeout, so they run it down. So he'll have a chance, Mike Gundy will, to talk about what he wants to do in a 4th down situation just over midfield. Our Petrosun Independence Bowl. We're going to go to the 4th quarter, and this one is still up for grabs.
The Outback Bowl, New Year's Day at 11 on ESPN.
Artistic. Interactive. Lip-smacking. Captivating. Why just see it when you can do it? Come play our way in Shreveport-Bossier.
I like to live on the edge. I like the view from above. I want to do what I want, and what I want is to see it for miles and miles and miles on end. I like to live on the edge.
Introducing Edge, the all-new crossover from Ford. The Edge is never dull.
Martin Cadillac, the tri-state area's premier Cadillac superstore. Recognized by Cadillac as a master dealer and certified customer satisfaction platinum dealer 3 years in a row, Martin Cadillac prides itself on going above and beyond for every customer. Tim Martin, owner of Martin Cadillac, is at the dealership every day, always available to every Martin customer.
Experience the Martin difference.
Saturn? That's a Saturn. It's a Saturn. Saturn? 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 Wow.
That's a Saturn?
Saturn? Saturn? That's a Saturn?
That's not a Saturn.
That's a Saturn?
That's a Saturn.
They're going to go for the first down on a 4th down and 1. Bobby Reed spins, and he's got that and a lot more as he takes the ball down to about the 37-yard line. A first down on a 4th down attempt for Oklahoma State with John Johnson at big fullback leading the blocking for 4 yards.
What a good play call. We saw Bobby Reed keep the football on an option. This is just pure run on the part of the quarterback, a call for him to run the football, but they picked up a short yardage situation early by running the option and getting Bobby Reed pressure on the edge of the defense. Now, go back to it, make it look like option, but going to stick with Bobby Reed. The result's a good first down.
There's sophomore quarterback trying to lead him for another TD here, deep in the pocket, looking to the sideline, gets a rush, gets tripped, did not have a knee down, and he'll just throw it away.
Boy, he had Pettigrew running down the seam once again, and that's where you show a little youth if you're Bobby Reed, because his eyes, you get back, you get set, and you got to be willing to let that football go. You see him kind of bring it up to throw it, but then it comes back down. He wants to run it, and then right there the throwaway. But he had Brandon Pettigrew, his tight end, up the seam once again.
Jeremy Clark, 99, the senior, 45th consecutive game on defense for Alabama, put the pressure on. It is 2nd down and 10. 3 receivers far side. Reed has gone 9 for 19 and 144 yards in the air.
Showing blitz right there.
That's what Alabama's done in this game to try and work against the pass. They blitz here. It is completed out of bounds at the 28-yard line. That is Woods. That will be a 6-yard gain. Not nearly enough for a first down. He'll need about 3 more, 2.5.
Boy, Alabama has been stingy in the fourth quarter. Last 4 games, they have not allowed a fourth quarter point. So you talk about stingy at the end of ball games. Alabama ranked 18th in the country in defense.
Good Petro Sun Independence Bowl being seen by 45,054. The announced attendance here today. Another big third down play. Work out of the gun, looking to the near sideline, and the first tackle missed. Great second and third effort. You had to get up to the 28-yard line. Savage tried. He gets a 6-yard gain. Let's see where they spot it.
Well, they have compared Dantrell Savage to Vernon Morency, who's now with the Green Bay Packers in terms of quickness, speed, and acceleration, and he can make you miss in a phone booth. You see him here, and you think you got a shot on him. I'll give it to you and take it away. And now it's positive yards as opposed to being hit early when he gets the football.
And he got the first down because of the second effort. First down and 10 at the 26-yard line. Again, looking to the sideline. Bobby Reed for the play call. Brings his man back into the backfield. That is Savage who blocks for him. Alley-oops one down the sideline, pushing, shoving, incomplete, and there's the flag.
Had to bring the flag on that one. A little bit too much shoving by Ramsey Robinson, and you got to take those hands off him at some point, but if you don't allow him a chance to turn and make a play on the football, it's holding down the field, and this is going to be a first down for Oklahoma State inside the red zone.
And Ricky Price, the sophomore, Andre, not been involved out there, as still does not have a reception, but he certainly got the job done.
Against the defense, number 1. It's half the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
Yeah, Ramsey will argue his case here, but this is clearly pass interference. You see them both looking back for the football, but a little bit too much shoving and holding there. And Ricky Price, you talked about it, came into this football game with just 4 receptions on the season, but not afraid to take advantage of all the playmakers on that side of the football.
All right, now 8 out of his last 10 by Reed have been completed. He's getting hot in the air, and this is where this team has been 8th in the nation on the 56th rather in the nation in the passing department. Now a little discussion with the head coach. Bobby Reed came over to talk to Gundy, and we'll bring it back in. Kleins keeping an eye on the clock here as they've got the chain gang was well set. He was wondering why they weren't running it off here. First down and goal just inside the 10-yard line. First and goal. Savage is in the backfield. Alabama brings everybody up. One-on-one coverage. That is caught. Touchdown. Great pass laid into the hands of Bowman for a 10-yard TD.
Well, I was sitting here looking and thinking, inside position by Simeon Castile on that side. Eric Gray. He's lined up well inside the receiver, and it is tailor-made for a nice little corner route and throwing over the outside shoulder and letting him adjust. Darius Bowman adjust to the football. What a heck of a throw, and a better call by Larry Fedora, the offensive coordinator of Oklahoma State.
Darius Bowman, their leading receiver on the season and the team MVP, as voted by his teammates. Ricks comes out for the extra point. 30-17. And it is up, and it is good. So 9 out of his last 11 in the air for Bobby Reed. And Savage helped on the ground, and they found their leading receiver in the end zone in a one-on-one. That's what you want. He puts it away for the TD, and the Cowboys take the lead, 31-17.
You guys run the double team a lot, right?
Join us in March for ESPN The Weekend at the Walt Disney World Resort. Book your trip online today.
Come fall in love with Louisiana all over again.
There's no place else where you have this architecture, history, music.
Come for the food. How about a dozen? With a little spice.
Come for the mystery.
And the bittersweet cry of the blues, especially the blues.
There you go.
Come for the time of your life.
We rolling, y'all.
Laissez-les Bon Temps Rouler in Louisiana. For a free tour guide, visit louisianatravel.com or call 1-800-99-GUMBO.
Together, we can make a difference. That's why American Century Investments created Livestrong portfolios. Mutual funds designed to support your goals and also help us support the Lance Armstrong Foundation's fight against cancer, because we believe that when you do something good, it can come full circle.
Contact your
financial advisor or American Century Investments for a prospectus that contains investment objectives, risks, charges and expenses, and other information that should be carefully read and considered before investing.
Double beef fiesta salsa, so good.
Delicious, huh? And these grilled stuffed burritos are only $1.99.
All this flavor for only $1.99? No way.
Like how he told us he's going out on a date with Carmen Electra.
We're just going bowling.
Yeah, right.
Sorry.
Hi, Pete. Do you like my dress?
That'll do.
It's true. Taco Bell's big, tasty grilled stuffed burrito with double the beef, 3 cheeses, and grilled to go to get unbelievable taste for an unbelievable price.
How's she gonna bowl in that?
Think outside the bun.
The final days of the Pontiac Red Tag event is the time to find Pontiacs designed with power, impressive fuel economy, and the best coverage in America. And now find them tagged in red. And the price on that tag is the price you pay. The Pontiac Red Tag event. Your last chance to get the best factory-to-dealer incentives of the year, but only until January 2nd. See some red, save some green.
This game being broadcast on ESPN HD, presented by Pioneer Plasma. This Alabama defense, ranked 29th in the nation in scoring, gave up only 18 points average per game. The Cowboys, however, have already scored 31 as they've got a 31-17 lead, and Bama's offense now has got to answer once again. This Cowboys offense has done a heck of a job here in finding ways to move the football.
Well, it's been just a good drive there, 10 plays, 66 yards, and then you punching it in. Instead of getting field goals, you're getting a touchdown. That makes it tough for a team to come back from.
Larry Fedora upstairs helping make the calls offensively as the kick goes out of bounds. It'll be Alabama on the 20-yard line for the 1st and 10. Now, they did get the field goal here in this second half on a drive, but not the TD.
Let's go back and take a look. You see the inside position of the cornerback here, Eric Gray, and that's just spelling throw it to the corner, but Bobby Reed wins with a throw because Ardarius Bowman turns inside. He beats him with a throw, forcing the receiver to make the adjustment to turn back around over his outside shoulder. That's winning with a throw, and nice touch over the top.
All Big 12 first team for Bowman, as he's a very dangerous offensive weapon out there. Alabama with the football, 20-yard line. Boy, they have spent a lot of time starting drives in their own territory in this game. John Parker Wilson's got Darby in the backfield with him. Darby, primary carrier, and he is down, and he'll take a loss of a yard on that despite a second and third effort as the Oklahoma State defense now looking to pin him in.
Well, they are starting to rear up. They are starting to rear up. Are there a lot of guys getting involved along that defensive front? They like to rotate. You see Marquez Fountain there coming in. McBean is in there as well. We know, we talked about Larry Brown, all the big guys along the front seven, and they rotate guys in, all of them now starting to make plays.
Alabama may have to try and put this football in the air with all the pressure. This time only 4 down linemen. And a flag goes down in the backfield. It'll be at the 21-yard line, and 3-yard gain, a probable hold. Darby on the catch. That's exactly what it is.
It's going to be against the freshman, Andre Smith. And catch him holding. They threw it right down at his feet. So we'll get the official word here from the ref.
Holding, 78 of the offense. Penalties refused. 3rd down.
Stand corrected. It's Mike Johnson playing just inside of Andre Smith. Hey, those guys don't like to be, you're going to call them out. You make sure you get it right. They don't want one. They don't want to be called out like that, but it's the left guard, Mike Johnson. It was thrown right between those two guys, the flag.
Justin Britt, who's out of the game, the starter for Alabama at the guard position. And a big 3rd down play, 3rd and 8, 7th for 12, 3rd down conversions. 3 receivers off to the right. Looking downfield, gets it away. It is intercepted at midfield. That'll be turned back to the 45, and down goes Donovan Woods. The former quarterback, who is now the quarterback on defense, comes up with the interception.
And that's exactly how this coaching staff describes him. And you got to be able to win with your eyes when a team plays you in zone coverage. And if you stare down a receiver, he's had some success going to DJ Hall, but then right here coming across, and you see DJ Hall flashing your picture, going on a late deep post route, and Donovan Woods comes up with a big-time interception for Oklahoma State.
That is his second interception of the season, the 10th on the year, to be thrown by John Parker Wilson in great field position again for the Cowboys. Looking to take advantage of a near side. That'll be incomplete at the 45-yard line, intended for Savage, coming out of the backfield. We've shown you a number of times the starting offensive drive positions for each of these fields. I mean, the Cowboys have had an enormous advantage throughout this game in their starting position for offensive drives.
It seems like they've lived around midfield, and Alabama backed up most of this football game. If they hadn't been, they've been punted into some bad field position. You see there, they're on 37, Alabama's on 22, but it seems like it's been much better for Oklahoma State.
A second down and a 10. Cowboys would like to get one right here that might be a put-away. Carried straight ahead and down inside the 40. That is Savage for a 7-yard gain. Well, Savage may have his best career rushing day before this thing is done.
Well, you talk about it, you have a 14-point lead, and you just got a big turnover. What do I like to do in situations like this?
Let me guess.
Send one over the top.
There you go.
You go ahead and you put a stamp on a big turnover, and you reward your defense by putting some points on the board or hitting a team while they're down with a big play. So watch for the play action in this situation with Oklahoma State.
Savage has picked up 88 yards. Woods to the near side. He's the down at the bottom of your screen, primary receiver. They want to go straight ahead with it. Bounces off one tackler, but not again. Savage that time could not get through. He will lose yardage. 5-yard loss on the tackle in the backfield against Savage, and the Bama defense keying on him.
Well, you see the 15 rushes for Savage, and a lot of them, the success has been right at the teeth of this Alabama defense. 73 yards up the seam, right up in the between the tackles of the defense. So that's where it's been. That's where the success has been running the football for Oklahoma State.
He has been an outstanding runner, and the Alabama defense does hold. Fudge has got to come on to do the kicking. He has made a big difference in this game for the Cowboys. His kicking game, while he hasn't had to have a lot of long ones, they've been good kicks that have been down and put Alabama in tough territory at the 15-yard line. That will be returned up to the 30. There's nobody there. Nothing but green grass, folks. Touchdown, Alabama on the punt return. That is Arenas. And we told you, if you give them a chance, the two they have back, Arenas and Johnson, will cause damage. 26-yard kick and an 84-yard return.
He was a freshman all-conference player. And you see right there, the spin move is what did it. You think you have him wrapped up. He spins out of a tackle, and then the acceleration and speed. He's the cousin of Gilbert Arenas, so we expect nothing more than big plays and a lot of points from the young man.
You talk about a big play. That is his second punt return for a touchdown. The extra point kick is up by Christensen. It is good, and just like that, the Tide rolls, and they are back into this football game. 31-24.
Red Ball Oxygen, the premier supplier of welding supplies and industrial gases in the Arklatex, is proud to support the Independence Bowl. With a relentless focus on helping our customers succeed, we have grown from a single location in Shreveport, Louisiana in 1930 to over 16 customer service locations today. Our customers are successful, hard-working business people. We thank them for their support. Red Ball Oxygen, supplying your business, fueling your success.
13 plays narrowed to 4, and now fans will decide which school wins the Pontiac Game-Changing Performance of the Year.
Eric Wilbur to kick to Dunn. Look out! And they got him! Loose ball! Touchdown Auburn! And boy, they fumbled to snap the ball, picked up by Adams, and Gaines Adams is going to take it the distance, and just like that, Clemson gets a free one. This is the game right here. They've got to go in. They hand off up the middle, and Iowa holds them and wins. Iowa with a great goal line defense wins it 20-13 in the second overtime.
Go to Pontiac.com/NCAA to vote for the play that had the biggest impact this season. The school receiving the most votes by January 4th will earn a $100,000 scholarship from Pontiac for the Pontiac Game-Changing Performance of the Year.
If your wealth isn't working for you, then neither is your financial advisor. Smith Barney Financial Advisors have on average 16 years of industry experience. We don't sell our own mutual funds, so we can offer independent advice. And only Smith Barney Financial Advisors have direct access to the depth of Citigroup's global resources. Experience, independence, depth. Come to Smith Barney, where wealth works.
You guys run the double team a lot, right?
Join us in March for ESPN The Weekend at the Walt Disney World Resort. Book your trip online today.
Well, the Alabama fans standing down in memory of Paul Bear Bryant. There's the houndstooth cap that we saw on the sideline for all those winning years for the Tide. The longest return of a punt for a touchdown in Independence Bowl history. Arenas takes it in and brings Bama right back into this football game.
Boy, that's the fastest way to win, lose, or get yourself back in a football game is on a special teams play, and that is why it's so important. And now coaches around college football, the NFL, everywhere, really concentrating and spending the time to get special teams up to par.
And they work on it more than ever, and you're exactly right, Andre. That's why it happens. That's going to be taken a yard deep into the end zone, up to the 10-yard line, and fumble! And Alabama, I believe, got it. They do! Right after the return, Grant Jones coughs one up at the 22-yard line, and Bama's got it. And an appropriate reaction from a Cowboy fan.
A guy that leads the entire country in kickoff return yard average at just over 30 yards, and you expect him to be sure-handed trying to switch the football, and it's going to come out of there.
Chris Rogers recovers the football.
And it was Eric Gray who causes the fumble. A nice tackle, and he puts the hand right on the football. Alabama going to start this drive at point-blank range, Gary.
We just were talking about they've not had good field position to start drives. Here they are at the Cowboys' 22-yard line. Carried straight ahead, maybe for a yard gain. This Oklahoma State defense isn't going anywhere. That's Darby for Alabama on the carry, and he had nowhere to go.
A nice play call. You say, why is that? It only went for a yard, maybe 2 yards, because of setting up the defense. Now you can show play action pass and hit something quick over the middle, on the edges. Be quick with the football, and you don't want to go over the middle late, because those are the ones that usually get picked off and return the other way. But if you're going to go over the middle, go quick and get in and out of your drop.
Jimmy Johns is in the backfield. Fake to him. Look to the sideline on the out pattern. That'll be incomplete to Matt Caddell. Darby has had only 3 yards and 7 carries in this game. Let's check in. Reese Davis, 30-30 update.
All right, Gary, some news from the Hot Stove League. Barry Zito has a new home. It's not too far away from his old one. 7-year, $126 million deal sends the left-hander across the bay to the San Francisco Giants. And tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern Time, Bob Knight can get victory number 880 to become the all-time wins leader. Games on ESPN2 against UNLV. Next Sports Center after the Pacific Live Holiday Bowl and ESPN News always on.
All right, Reese, here's a big third down, 3rd and 9. Looking over the middle, caught at the 5 and down to the 2-yard line. Stover on the catch for 17 yards. We did not hear from him until this second half. And all of a sudden, he's become a primary receiver.
Yeah.
That is Nikita Stover, who had 11 catches during the year.
Good job with his hands, fighting off the defender, and getting himself between the safety and the cornerback. Kind of throttles his route down a little bit to allow John Parker Wilson to shoot one in there for a completion. Alabama now inside the 5-yard line.
The momentum after the return and a fumble recovery carried straight ahead and stopped for maybe a yard gain. LaRon McClain, a fullback, and Tim Castile working out of that backfield, trying to push it through here in Oklahoma State.
Well, Oklahoma State is ripe. They're ripe right now for a John Parker Wilson bootleg, because everybody is flocking to the middle of the formation. They've got the short yardage personnel in, the specialist, Tim Castile, he just checked out, but Darby's in. Now you can just walk John Parker Wilson into the end zone.
Darby has come back in there. He's their leading ground gainer. Goes the other way, and the pass to the end. It's a flag down. That is Andre Smith, the left tackle, who is trying to be a qualified receiver, but a flag immediately went down. Was he lined up properly?
And was he covered up, or the end man on the line of scrimmage? We're going to get a full description here. Boy, that's kind of emptying the toy box right there, pulling out all the toys in the middle of the floor.
Andre Smith, the starting left tackle, the freshman who's made a freshman All-American team or two, and we told you was Alabama Mr. Football in his senior year, hopes he just got a touchdown, and I think he did.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, they're going to wave it off because this pass was completed behind the line of scrimmage, which he doesn't have to declare to the officials whether he's eligible or not. It's like it's a backwards pass, so big fella's going to remember that one for an awfully long time.
Credit the head coach Joe Kynes and Dave Rader for having this one in their pocket.
Well, look at him. Look how he's carrying that baby. Big loaf of bread.
It's classified as a rush. And he takes it in. You saw the flag go down, but once they realized where it was caught, and Alabama has come back in this football game to tie it up. Smith, the left tackle. The touchdown. Talk about some beef in the end zone. Oh, plenty.
I'm talking about Walmart Girls. Soon to be released, Miramonte Records is proud to introduce Danny Griego and his new album, Destination, including the up-and-coming hit, Walmart Girls.
In the field with the Carhartts on.
Be the first to get a sneak peek at WalmartGirlsSong.com.
100% American made. Walmart Girls.
Songs now available for download at WalmartGirlsSong.com.
NCAA fans are now being rewarded with $100,000 in scholarships from Pontiac, the official performance machines of the NCAA. Go to any Pontiac dealer and ask for a scholarship certificate with a unique code. Enter your code at Pontiac.com/scholarship for your chance to win a $50,000 scholarship. Plus, you could instantly win one of 10 $5,000 scholarships, all to help you or your family pay for school. But only if you get to a Pontiac dealer by January 2nd.
Jared here. Michael Strahan here.
Subway Restaurants is known for tasty low-fat subs, like this 6-inch Subway Club. Order a foot long, and it's still half the fat of a McDonald's Big Mac.
But the real surprise, it's got twice the meat. Fills me up without slowing me down.
Less fat.
More meat.
Less fat.
More meat.
Less fat. More meat. Less fat. More meat. Fat. More meat. Less fat. More meat. Fat.
More meat!
A delicious foot-long Subway Club. Less than half the fat of a McDonald's Big Mac,
but twice the meat.
Subway.
Eat fresh.
Sadly, many deserving online videos go unwatched every day. Without you, music videos, news clips, full-length TV shows, and many other worthy videos will never reach their full potential.
Fortunately, there's a solution. For just 0 cents a day, you can bring a quality online video into your life whenever you want.
Make a difference. Just click play.
This message brought to you by video.aol.com.
ESPN College Football, the Petrosun Independence Bowl, is brought to you by Petrosun, moving energy forward. ORR Cadillac Hummer Saab of Shreveport. And Pontiac. Vote for the Pontiac Game-Changing Performance of the Year at ESPN.com, keyword Pontiac. A $100,000 scholarship is on the line.
What a great football game. These two teams, one will be below 500, one will be over. There is Smith, the eligible, who took it in. We're going to explain that rule to you in a minute and have a referee do it.
You know, at the beginning of this season, you told me when Gary Thorne shows up, good games happen. I said it a few weeks ago, but now it's entrenched. I mean, the cement is on it. I believe it. I'm serious. We got a good one.
I thank the good Lord for that. We've been fortunate. And the kickoff as Oklahoma State will get it back. It'll be taken up the 4 by Grant Jones. Jones, who coughed up the last one, setting up that Alabama touchdown. He'll be taken down here at the 23-yard line. We want to thank Walter Davenport, as an official with the ACC, a referee, who is sitting with us upstairs. You're not going to be able to see him, but you're going to be able to hear him. That last play, Walter, explain the rule on that, will you, on the touchdown play?
That last play was a backward pass, and on backward passes, anybody on the offense, they are eligible to catch the pass.
It is actually goes in the book, though, as a rushing play.
It is a running play.
Here it is. Now, this is the tackle. Look, he's behind the line of scrimmage, backward pass, eligible, and takes it in. And
Correct.
Anyone can receive a backward pass.
Correct.
Amazing.
That is amazing. I did not know that. Walter, thank you very much. The play to the near side on the dump pass, 25-30. Oklahoma State's not going away here. That is Savage on the catch for 8 yards.
No, they're certainly not going to go quietly, and Dantrell Savage is continuing to provide a spark for this Oklahoma State offense, and a nice screen pass on the part of Bobby Reed, just trying to get his offense settled down. And you don't know the effect that a quarterback has on the entire team. Everybody is in an uproar. They've just been popped for 2 touchdowns back-to-back. Now, all eyes are on you. What are you going to do as the quarterback of this football team?
3 down linemen now as they were looking for the pass, and they carried straight ahead. And plenty for the first down. That is Savage again on the carry. Savage is trying to close in on a 100-yard day. Simpson made the tackle on him. He'd gotten up to close to 90, Savage had, rushing, and then got taken down for a loss, and now he's back up to 87 yards and 17 carries.
Yeah, and if you're Mike Gundy, how do you slow this Alabama football team? The tide is rolling, so to speak, but do you want to captivate the momentum? Now, some quick, nice plays that you've had some success with throughout this ball game to kind of slow this thing down.
First and 10, Reed down the sideline, and, well, it wasn't even on the sideline. That was like the first row of fans.
Yeah.
That's really getting rid of the football by Reed. Fourth quarter tied up. Helped decide the Pontiac game-changing performance of the year. You can vote at ESPN.com. Search Pontiac to determine which school will win the $100,000 General Scholarship Fund, courtesy of Pontiac. You got a choice: Iowa, Syracuse, Auburn, Florida, Clemson, Wake Forest, Oregon State, USC. Log on.
We were part of that Iowa-Syracuse game.
Yes, we were. It'll be a second down and 10. The Cowboys with the football in a tie football game. Looking. Alley-oop pass. That's up for grabs, and that's going to be taken by Alabama on the interception. That is Castile, Simeon Castile, who is all SEC, a junior, leads this team with 6 interceptions.
Well, he has had an outstanding season, but watch the effort on the part of Dewan Woods here. Go up and fight the defender. At some point, when the ball is thrown and it's not in your favor, you have got to go up and make a play, turn defensive back, and now the defensive back is now the receiver. He's got a better line on the football. Help me out as the quarterback and knock the thing down.
He just has not been in this game.
No, his mind, is somewhere else.
What a great play by Castile. And he just watches from the sidelines again. Now Alabama's got the football back again. What a third and fourth quarter this has been. Darby in the backfield. Big rush. They throw it on the comeback, and that will be for a loss. That is DJ Hall. And we'll get out to Todd Harris. Todd.
Gary, when you say Castile around Alabama, that's all about football. Tim and Simeon Castile, defensive back, fullback respectively, they got some big shoes to fill and try to follow in. Their father is Jeremiah, who was a standout not only for the Tide, where he set a Liberty Bowl record with 3 interceptions in Coach Bear Bryant's final game back in '82, but he also forced that fumble, that famous fumble on Ernest Biner that helped the Denver Broncos to beat Cleveland, took them on to the Super Bowl.
Names that go through these programs that have the great traditions like Alabama does, not uncommon in college football. This will be carried on the draw play up to the 47-yard line. Ball squirted free, but the whistle had sounded. Darby on the carry. We've noted here that Darby, who averages 68 yards a game, in this football game has found it very hard to find any room. 8 carries and 9 yards.
What, turnovers, field position, or direct trail to wins in a football game. And Alabama, they were giving them up early in this football game. They've been the recipient here in the second half.
Castile's the lone setback. Another big third down play. Alabama off the near side at midfield, and that should be enough for the first down. A 6-yard gain. Matt Caddell has played very solidly as a wide receiver and junior, and he moved himself forward by the marker.
Well, what I liked is when he realized where the first down marker was, he didn't try to make and juke and make a guy miss him. He got north and south, got the first down, and Alabama going to continue here to operate just past the 50-yard line, but all the momentum right now on the Tide sideline.
If Alabama could win this football game, does Joe Kynes get a better shot at becoming head coach? He's the interim. Only one way to find out for him. He wants the job. That'll be carried to the 42-yard line, rather. That is Darby again, almost stripped of the football. 4-yard gain. Let's check in with Reese Davis.
All right, Gary, coming up as soon as you guys are done, the #1 punt returner in the land, Deshaun Jackson. You guys just saw Javier Arenas take one back. Deshaun Jackson can do the same thing. Pacific Life Holiday Bowl, Cal and A&M coming up next.
Great football day in the Bowl Department, Reese, and this one is living up to expectations. Teams who are 6-6, a lot of people said, why are they here? Well, you've seen why, I think, in this football game. Their offenses, both of which have played a very solid game. Almost tripped up in his own lineman, will go down at the 40-yard line on the straight-ahead carry, and there's not much room going straight ahead running. That's Darby again.
Well, you asked me about Joe Kynes, and the interim head coach of Alabama, should he get a shot at the head job? You know, you look at it, they were down at halftime. He came out, made some tremendous adjustments, and forced some turnovers to get this football team back in the game. I think he certainly makes a case for himself if they're able to come back and pull off a victory here against Oklahoma State.
He is their defensive coordinator and has been for the last 4 years. 3rd down. Alabama in this tie football game in Cowboy territory. Big rush, gets away. Trips did not put a knee down, but he's going to be taken down at about the 45-yard line for a 5-yard loss. Mercy, did Wilson make every effort to get away, but Peterson, the great pass rusher, got him.
Well, I tell you, he was just getting ready to deliver the football down the field to DJ Hall, and all of a sudden, Nathan Peterson's going to flash into the screen. You see him here, pull it up, and to get ready to deliver it, Peterson flashes, and now it's just survival and get down without getting yourself popped real big by one of those defensive linemen.
Jamie Christensen will come on. 5th punt for Alabama. P.J. Fitzgerald, rather, to do the kicking. Fitzgerald, high kick. We'll let that one bounce, and it'll go out of bounds at about the 15 or 16-yard line. So a 31-yard punt, more importantly than the distance, though. It's going to be a tough field position for the Cowboys offensively.
The final days of the Pontiac Red Tag event is the time to find Pontiacs designed with power, impressive fuel economy, and the best coverage in America. And now find them tagged in red. And the price on that tag is the price you pay. The Pontiac Red Tag event. Your last chance to get the best factory-to-dealer incentives of the year, but only until January 2nd. See some red, save some green.
Continues Saturday with the Alamo Bowl at 4:30, followed by the Chick-fil-A Bowl at 8 on ESPN.
Nissan's new generation of dealerships has just opened on Route 17 in Hasbrook Heights. Meadowlands Nissan, one of the largest Nissan dealerships on the East Coast, with hundreds of new and certified pre-owned vehicles in stock, all with no down payment and no first payment until next year. Enjoy state-of-the-art amenities, a customer lounge, children's playroom, and free car washes. Meadowlands Nissan, minutes from Giants Stadium on Route 17 in Hasbrook Heights. What a dealership should be.
Cadillac program cars are now available to the public at Brogan Cadillac of Totowa. So what is a program car? A 2007 Cadillac that is practically new, has been driven less than 3,000 miles, and is available at significant discount pricing. These cars can only be purchased at Brogan Cadillac of Totowa. Imagine driving an 07 CTS for just $259 a month. Cadillac program cars, now available. An exclusive offer at Brogan Cadillac of Totowa, Route 46 East.
7:55 this morning. Bob Knight arriving for a little shoot-around, and tonight at 9 o'clock Eastern over on ESPN2, the General will try to become the all-time wins leader. Red Raiders and Running Rebs, 9 Eastern on the news.
All right, and we're looking for a winner here. This one is tied and running out of time in the fourth quarter. 3:18 left to go. The Cowboys of Oklahoma State get the football back. It is first down and 10. We have seen trick plays that have been run all day. Savage, their leading ground gainer, out of the backfield. 30-yard line, 35, and up to the 39-yard line. Rashid Johnson, after a 22-yard gain, takes down the star of the ground game for the Cowboys today.
Boy, he has just been exciting and electric throughout this football game, and you made the point when we went to break about field position and Alabama kind of punting Oklahoma State into bad field position. Well, there's a way to get yourself out. Hit a nice big run and kind of move the football down the field.
Toston has come into the backfield now after the run by Savage. They've gone back and forth in this game, and why not? There he is with a carry, but he's not going to go anywhere. On the button, that was Simpson with the hit.
Well, Juwan Simpson is fast enough to play safety, but he plays so well against the run and can cover tight ends and backs out of the backfield that they line him up at outside linebacker. Done a fabulous job.
73 tackles, 5 tackles for a loss is what he had. And this one will be taken up to the 48-yard line. Bobby Reed, the quarterback, gets an 8-yard gain on that one. You got to keep an eye on the clock, too, here. If they can get this ball down to field goal range, obviously that's a chance for a victory here in our Petro-Sun Independence Bowl. Each team with 3 timeouts, full allotment remaining.
Oh, he's a guy, Bobby Reed, who's just feeling much more comfortable this season. Last year early, dislocated 3 toes and was kind of gimpy all the first part of last season, but now he is really coming into his own.
Reed will work out of the gun, sending Anthony Parks in motion to the left side. He's looking that way. Parks hasn't caught a pass, won't here either, but it will be caught, taken up to about the 42 by Bowman. Their primary receiver gets a 10-yard gain and a first down, and Reed's driving the Cowboys.
And that's his favorite pass right there. I asked him yesterday, we had a chance to sit down and chat this quarterback to quarterback, and I asked him, I said, what's the favorite play? You know, what's the favorite route of yours that you like to throw? And he says, well, I like the slant route. And I said, to who? He says, Darius. I'm going to hit him on a slant route, and I'll be dang right there on third down, a big time crunch time. He goes to his money pass.
There is Ricks, their field goal kicker, long of 55 yards. He may get a shot at it. Savage has come back into the football game in the backfield with Bobby Reed, the quarterback. 3 receivers near side. Fakes to Savage. Nope, goes to him, and he'll carry the football the 39-yard line. Maybe a gain of 2. And maybe use a timeout here. They've got all 3. Both teams do. And with 1:06 left to go in the fourth quarter, the game tied at 31-31. They'll take the timeout.
I have just been thoroughly impressed with Dantrell Savage and his ability to make a guy miss. I mean, he's in the interior of the line, and defensive linemen are coming at him swinging, and he's missing. He's making them miss, as well as linebackers and safeties once he gets in the second level.
This has been a heck of a fourth quarter, especially for Alabama. It started out Arenas taking one and returning it after avoiding a couple of tackles all the way down for the Bama touchdown. The very next play on the kickoff, Jones fumbles it. Alabama gets it back. They need the touchdown to get this thing tied up. Go to the left tackle. On the pass behind the line of scrimmage, it was good for the TD to tie it. Then the interception, Bama got it back, could not score after that. But it has been taking advantage of fourth quarter miscues by the Cowboys. How do you score 14 points and have 35 total yards?
Couple big plays.
You just saw it.
That's it. Couple of big plays, and that's the answer. Sometimes you have to have them, and when you can have a special teams play in a football game that goes for 6 points, that is a fast way to get you back in a football game.
So Andre Smith, the tackle who scored that touchdown on the backward pass, and took it into the end zone. Now the Cowboys, with 1:06 left to go, getting their field goal kicker ready, just in case. They're not done yet, though. They've got a second down and 9. Looking to the sideline, that's going to be incomplete. Looked like a cross-up on the route that time as Reed threw down. He had cut back in. Savage, the intended.
That kind of surprised you? Throwing the football there is going to stop the clock for Alabama and allow them to save a timeout. So now they're still operating with just over a minute. They've got all 3 timeouts to work with. Right now the concentration for them defensively is to stop Oklahoma State here on this down and distance.
Need some more yardage. It'd be about a 57-yard field goal attempt, as longest, as we said, 55. This is a 3rd down and 9 for Oklahoma State. Bowman on the near side. They look to him. Don't go. Dump it on the screen pass. 40, 35. There's the yardage they needed. The Cowboys will take that one all the way down to the 16. And Savage is again the receiver. He gets 25 yards.
No, he's a special player. Junior college transfer out of Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College. And we saw why he was so special. He can make you miss. Right here, you get the block set up, and now it's one-on-one. The first guy usually doesn't even get a hand on him. Jeffrey Dukes is the guy to arrive, and he just left him standing in space.
Tostin has come on in the backfield. The clock is running with 39 seconds left to go. Tie game. Cowboys will run this on the ground. Tostin carries it ahead inside the 10. 8-yard gain. Clock still running. They've got timeouts here. They're going to let it run.
I'm wondering why Joe Kynes didn't call a timeout after the big run by Savage to kind of at least save some seconds here, but it's continuing to run down. They've got 3 timeouts at Alabama.
There is the timeout called with 19 seconds left to go. It is going to bring up a 2nd down and about 3 for the 1st down. Short yardage. Mercy. It's a good one. Our Petro Sun Independence Bowl. And hope you are enjoying it. A lot of the bowl games, the spread's been pretty wide in the final scoreboard, but this one, it's not going to be that way with 18 seconds left, tied at 31. Funny thing was, here in the 4th quarter, Todd Harris down on the field told us after the Cowboys went up by 2 touchdowns, about 2,000 Alabama fans
started filing out.
Then he said they came back with that return for the touchdown to get back within 7. They came back through the turnstiles the other way. That's why you don't leave sporting events. You live for games where you get great comebacks. Let's go to Reese Davis. Reese.
All right, Gary, coming up just after the top of the hour, big fella Javorsky Lane, 19 rushing touchdowns, tied for 2nd best in the land. Aggies and the sturdy Golden Bears coming up next.
More great football to come your way. Let's see how this one's going to wrap up. There's Kynes, Kentucky of Alabama on the sideline. Let's see what the call's going to be here. Savage has gone to the sideline. 18 seconds. They just want to run this clock down a little more. So the Cowboys will let the quarterback keep it. Goes to one knee at the 10-yard line as he brings it right to the center of the uprights.
Well, now you're going to call timeout with 13 seconds, and you're wondering why is Mike Gundy calling the timeout with that much time on the clock. It's because it's just 3rd down, and if anything goes wrong with the snap or the hold, you still have 4th down to come back and kick the field goal here. So a nice, smart coaching decision on the part of Mike Gundy.
Let's take a look at today's player of the game, presented by Capital One. And we certainly have mentioned him a ton in this game. 19 carries, 112 yards, and a touchdown, and he's been a primary receiver as well.
Just had an outstanding afternoon. You see the yards just on the ground, but we don't have the graphic there for you with what he's done in the pass game as well. So just a fabulous bowl game for Dantrell Savage.
Savage will watch and wait to see if the Cowboys can pull this out. He's had 41 yards on 3 receptions in addition to the 112 yards that he's had in the rushing game today, and certainly has been an enormous factor in this football game. 6 for 6 under 40 yards this season. Jason Ricks comes out. It'll be a 27-yard attempt. Could be enough to win this football game with only 13 seconds left. Alabama will make him think about it a little more as they will use one of their timeouts.
Just, a lot of precious time ran off that clock after Dantrell Savage caught the screen pass and started up the field, and you just wonder, why didn't you take the timeout if you're Alabama, because you never know with a return for a big return, and then you got a couple more timeouts left. The clock's going to stop each and every time you get a first down. A lot of time ran off that clock that may have allowed you an opportunity to get in field goal position.
Alabama's got a couple of timeouts left to be used. Obviously, any play they've got to block punts, and listen, they have blocked 3 punts this year, so they can block a field goal attempt. They've had very good special teams on the defensive side of it. Obviously making Ricks walk around a little bit and think about this.
Got that blood boiling a little bit and a little nerves down in the bottom of that stomach, but he's mentioned the fact he's 6 for 6, anything under 40 yards on the season.
Cole Reynolds is the holder for Ricks. There you see Reynolds, and Alabama looks like they're going to do it again. Going to call everybody over, make them think about it a little more. I guess the decision made by Kynes is that, look, we only got 13 left. I'll use them here and not save them for the off if we get when we get the football back.
Well, they came up with that nice play to Andre Smith. Maybe they've got a nice block in their back pocket that they're talking about and discussing over there. Who knows?
Don't know. Oklahoma State 10-6 in the previous bowl games they have appeared in. They've had only one bowl win in their last 18 years. So Mike Gundy wanted to put this one into the W column. And he said we've been a good team, not a great team, but we've had great leaders. The second youngest team in the BCS, among the BCS teams, Oklahoma State.
Yeah, I tell you what, the Big 12 as a whole, a lot of young, good quarterbacks in that league. So there's going to be some special football being played the next couple of years. I think 7 of the 12 Big 12 quarterbacks are sophomores or younger. So a lot of talent at that position. And Joe Kynes going to burn the 3rd time out. Boy, you talk about icing. This is Antarctic ice right here.
Well, that is the first time I've ever seen that done as well. Use all of the timeouts burned up on a field goal situation. It is a game winner. No, they are testing the fortitude of Ricks, who all he wants to do is kick the football. Yeah. And with kickers, of course, in this situation, nobody talks to him. They're all alone out there.
That is a lonely place where he is right now. Step, plant, and kick. That's all he wants to do.
Yep. 27-yarder is what he's going after. He's had about 5 minutes now to think about doing that. Nobody wants to be the one charged with putting a negative hex on him while you're waiting, so they just let him wander around out there alone. All right, the Cowboys, this could be enough to win this football game. No more timeouts remaining, so Ricks is going to get a chance to put this one up. Alabama will move everybody up, try and bring someone through to try and block this kick. Cole Reynolds, as much pressure on him, the holder, as there is on the kicker. Snap is a good one. The kick is up, and it is good. And the Cowboys take a 3-point lead. There is a flag. No.
Alabama, they're saying that that it's against Oklahoma State, and I'm not sure it's during or after the kick.
May have been after the kick.
Unsportsmanlike, that's going to be after the kick, so it'll be marked off during the kickoff.
The kicker took his helmet off out there in the field. You're not allowed to do that as part of the celebration, the extraordinary celebration.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, 85 Oklahoma State. The penalty enforced on the kickoff.
Jason Ricks, 85, the kicker.
He knew right away. He knew right away. Just get a little closer. Get a little closer to the sideline when that helmet comes off. That's what drew the flag by the official, but they certainly don't mind. When it goes through the uprights, boy, they don't mind. They'll forgive him for that one.
So he gets the field goal. It puts him on top, runs the clock down to 9 seconds remaining. The Cowboys have gained 419 yards in this game. Total yards to Alabama's 276. Alabama, in the course of the season, gave up more than 500 total yards to both Houston and Texas. They gave up more than 400 yards to Texas A&M, Nebraska, and Texas Tech. So they gave, Oklahoma State did rather, they've given up only 276 to Alabama in this game. So the defense of Oklahoma State deserves some credit as well for the job that they have done.
Yeah, 4 of the 6 losses for Oklahoma State came on the final play of a ball game. So, you know, they've had a season that could have really, really been special. But they wound up 6-6 here against Alabama, and they've made good today. And you got to start thinking about recruiting and the job that Mike Gundy has done to get players to come to Oklahoma State. They're going to have a special recruiting class, and I got a feeling this is one of the programs that's going to continue to swing upward in the Big 12.
And this will not hurt to have this kind of a bowl win under their belt. Now they've got to survive the kickoff, though. We've already seen Arenas return a punt for a touchdown, and he will be back there at about the 20-yard line. You mark off that penalty, so the ball is spotted at the 20 for the kick, and they're going to let that one roll. Don't want a clean handle on this. Taken on the side, Johnson looked as though he wanted to lateral. He does. It's dumped back to the 15-yard line. The clock has expired, and the Cowboys need to make a tackle to end this game. They make it another touchdown. That's taken at the 5, and that's going to do it, as the Oklahoma State Cowboys have come away with a 34-31 win over Alabama. Congratulations to the Cowboys and Alabama for a great bowl game.
They fought through some adversity late in this football game where Alabama seemed to have the momentum, but they regained it fast.
This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. That's going to do it from Shreveport. On behalf of all of our crew, I'm Gary Thorne. Thanks for joining us. Let's go to Chris Fowler.
Welcome to ESPN's presentation of Capital One Bowl Week.
Hope you enjoyed that, Trillo. Now welcome to beautiful San Diego. Wedged between Christmas and New Year's, the aptly named Pacific Life Holiday Bowl, where it's Pac-10 versus Big 12. A long history in this bowl game of high-scoring contests and high drama.
3 seconds left. McMahon throwing for the end zone. Receivers are there. Defenders are there. Touchdown, Brigham Young! He might go! Sanders easily. First down. Touchdown! And that's number 5.
The underdog Red Raiders. Touchdown to Jared Hicks. Deep throw. There's the catch. Touchdown, Texas Tech. Mack down to the goal line. Touchdown!
Tonight, California is hungry to rewrite its Holiday Bowl history, led by a speedy trio. Returner receiver Deshaun Jackson, Conference Defensive Player of the Year corner Damian Hughes, and the superback, the Offensive Pac-10 Player of the Year Marshawn Lynch.
The off-season, 6 days later, he was sent to Denver. He was having, George Karl was on him early. He's a talented kid who needs to improve his work ethic. George Karl was saying he's got to come to practice early and practice better. And Smith said, I'm not a morning person. That was one of his responses. Fry, tough shot, contested, not a good one. Carmelo Anthony had a superb third quarter, 17 points in the period, 28 for the game. Makes his moves. Boy, it makes it look easy, Clyde.
Yeah, he does. He's so confident, and plus he has such a good handle. You saw that time all the way with the left hand. He keeps his head up, sees the action, and he's just going to continue to devastate the league.
Signed that extension, $80 million extension this offseason. He has worked hard to improve his image and his play. Channing Frye, bank shot, no go, but Jeffries on the follow.
Good slamming and jamming by the 6'11 Jeffries.
Smith on the drive, swatted by Fry. Channing Frye with his third block shot. And Robinson fouled by Boykins. Shot would not have counted anyway.
And this vacillating pace continues. Watch Fry. I thought it was Jeffries, but it was Fry, and then Jeffries slamming and jamming. No one putting a body on him.
Curry back in the game. Good defense from Nahara. Curry's open and too late. 3-second violation, second of the game for Curry. Curry with 17 points, just 3 rebounds tonight. He was telling Fry, you got to get the ball to me earlier. Fry patted himself on the chest as if to say, my bad. Knicks down by a dozen. We're about 90 seconds into the fourth quarter. Boykins steps back. That's a 2-pointer. And a rebound Fry. Fry showing some real aggressiveness after that kind of timid start, but he's played very well in the second half. Robinson, jumper. David Lee keeps it alive, and Fry brings it back out. Lee once again on the boards. He's got 9 rebounds.
Right at his season's average.
Alley-oop for Curry. Crawford and Curry hook up again, and the Knicks back within 10. Knicks with the full court pressure.
And this man can break it because of his handle.
Here's David Lee, who works hard defensively, but this is an almost impossible cover for him. This is where the Knicks really miss Quentin Richardson. Anthony draws the foul on Fry.
Anthony averages almost 9 free throw attempts a game. So you see how he picks his spots, keeps his head up, and watch Jamal and Curry. They continue to astound with their cohesiveness. And Anthony now looking to add to his league-leading scoring.
Well, you just see the way he's in complete control. He's taken his game to another level, as good as he's been. He's never made an all-star team. Last year, though, he did finish strong enough where he made all-NBA third team. His second halves are always better. Comes on strong in the second half. Now, remember a couple of years ago, he had his problems in that one year where he was part of that DVD in Baltimore that kind of glamorized drug dealers. He had the attitude problem in Athens. He had that knapsack on the plane that had marijuana on it. He had a bunch of different things. As Robinson comes up with a steal, or comes up with getting the ball back, excuse me. But Anthony's been able to overcome a lot of that. Knicks just get it over for the 8 seconds. Here comes Robinson. Crawford for 3. Won't go. Curry tips it, but right to Smith. Smith kicks it out. Boykins, a 3-pointer. That's good. Earl Boykins puts the lead back to 15 for Denver.
Margin of error, slim, none, when you're playing catch-up.
But not just small catch-up. The Knicks put themselves in these huge holes.
Takes a toll on you physically.
Jeffries gets it back. And the Knicks turn it over.
Now the Nuggets applying some defensive pressure, and they have it.
Timeout call, just over 3 minutes gone by in the fourth. Knicks still in a 15-point hole.
This Christmas, Ben Stiller.
Gus, you're an old man. I don't want to hurt you.
Ooh! Oh! Robin Williams.
Ah! Got you, boy.
Ricky Gervais.
Let's all laugh at me, the comedy night guard.
Steve Coogan.
Activist?
It's Octavius, Mary. And Owen Wilson.
Keep shooting. Nothing's gonna happen.
Now you know my shame.
Jedediah's impotent rage.
You done?
Take me away.
In the all-star comedy, Night at the Museum. Rated PG. Friday.
Cotlin Gardner is a real Geico customer, not an actor. So to help tell her story, we hired an actor.
My husband totaled our new SUV on my birthday.
But you know I still love him.
Less than 6 hours after the accident, the Geico claim adjuster was at my house.
Well, I put on some tangerine lip gloss and answered the door.
Geico service turned out to be the best birthday present I could ever want.
I was one lucky woman.
Geico. Real service, real savings.
It's down to the top 20. The 50 greatest moments at Madison Square Garden. Only 4 episodes are left.
The whole building goes off.
Which moments will be the greatest? Let's rock. This Tuesday, the next 5 are revealed. Every story, every moment. This was buzzing. Every episode counts. Don't miss an all-new 50 greatest moments at Madison Square Garden, Tuesday at 9:30, only on MSG.
Knicks basketball brought to you by Budweiser, who thanks you for being a designated driver. Let's take a look at our New York Lottery New York matchup for tonight here at the Garden, where the Knicks trail by 15. Marcus Camby having a superb game. He also has 5 block shots. Eddie Curry scoring with 19. The key for the Knicks was how bad defensively they were early, as they gave up in the first half 67 points. Nuggets have 103, and there's still 8:40 remaining. Knicks trying to get back into it, but once again putting themselves in an enormous hole. Smith spotting up, nails a 3, and just like that is back up to 18.
And it was the 3 ball that devastated the Knicks last night. 12 of those in that game, so now the 3 ball hurting them now.
Marbury inside to Fry, and Fry able to bank it in. 10 points for Fry. Still 8 minutes remaining.
Borkins can't get away from Nate.
Boykins over dribbling and then throws up a shot. He puts it in. How about that?
5'5", folks.
He's got 12 points off the bench.
Supposedly Mike says this guy can bench press what?
315. Robinson foul.
I still like to see that. He weighs 130. There he is, 5'5", 130 pounds, maybe. Well, right now he's soaking wet. He might be. And Nate right on his case, but in vain, as he gets a pick right there to free him up.
And by the way, Clyde, he's 133. Those 3 pounds make a big difference. 7 on the shot clock. Robinson, he'll put it up and won't go.
And the momentum now draining from the Knicks and the crowd.
Fry, or Jeffries, excuse me, tips it out of bounds. Still Nuggets ball, and Anthony gets a rest. 32 points and 6 rebounds for Carmelo Anthony. He is on the verge of making his first All-Star team. They keep him off this year. He has been just terrific.
Also on the verge of perhaps his first scoring title.
And rattles in another. 34 points for Carmelo Anthony.
There's not a better shooting forward or player almost in this league than this man, a 50% shooter.
Robinson gets inside. 15 points off the bench for Nate Robinson. There's Reggie Evans, deflected by Jeffries. Here comes Nate Robinson.
Oh!
This is the layup, but David Lee right there for the follow.
That's why you don't give up. So good trail by Lee to come up with the hoop.
I wonder if Robinson on that fast break, they call a foul on Lee. Thinking about that play in Cleveland when he was ahead on a fast break, because he very cautiously tried to lay it in.
He thought Anthony at the last minute would make an attempt for it.
David Lee, by the way, another double-double. 10 points, 10 rebounds. Boykins. Here comes Robinson. Knicks have the numbers. 3-on-2. Marbury goes right at Smith. Count it, and a foul. Goaltend and the foul. And George Karl can't believe what he's seeing.
Egregious blunder by Melo. As we were extolling his virtues, watch the folly by Melo right there, pinning it. A very obvious goaltend.
step at the line.
Both coaches have had that look. I said Carl can't believe what he's seeing. Isaiah Thomas has probably been able to say that all game, as his team has given up 110 points. Marbury, by the way, has 31. First time he scored 30 since January of last season.
Many people were doubting that he could ever hit 30 a game.
And a foul away from the ball. And we'll have a timeout. Just past the midway point here in the fourth. Knicks down by 14. The defense not getting it done.
You're watching MSG.
Some houses.
This is your home. This is your business. This is your home phone and computer. This is your business phone and computer. You pay $29.95 each for home phone and internet service. You pay $29.95 each for business. When you get the Optimum Double Play, get the most reliable internet access with Optimum Online and experience speeds 5 times faster than DSL. With Optimum Voice, you'll get unlimited calling in the U.S., Canada, and Puerto Rico. Better internet access and better telephone service for one flat rate of $29.95 a month each. With Optimum Double Play for home, you'll start saving your first year. With Optimum Double Play for business, you'll save even more your first year with no contracts or hidden fees. And switching is risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. So remember, this is your home, this is your business. And this is what you'll pay with Optimum, just $29.95 per month each. Call 1-877-778-FAST to get the better choice. The Optimum Double Play. Millions are already saving at home and work. You can too. Call now.
What's a graphic designer?
A graphic designer designs logos, web pages, CD covers, and magazine ads.
Where do graphic designers work?
Ad agencies, movie studios, record labels, and more.
Where can I start career training to become a graphic designer?
In the graphic design program at Gibbs. Call Gibbs right now for a free brochure at 1-888-257-6601. Operators are standing by. That's 1-888-257-6601.
Tonight at 10:30, 50 greatest moments at Madison Square Garden. Look back at the Knicks' 94 playoff run, the 72 comeback against the Bucks. We'll begin counting down the top 20 in a new episode Tuesday night only at MSG, presented by Saab and Budweiser. Not one of the greatest moments tonight, although Stephon Marbury having his best scoring game. Nick's Oppenheimer Team Contributor Award goes to Marbury. Season high 31 points, also 8 assists. Oppenheimer funds the right way to invest. But it has been a disaster defensively once again, as the Knicks have given up 110 points with 5:54 remaining. Granted, the Nuggets are the second highest scoring team in the NBA. But too many easy buckets, Clyde.
Yep, and not enough stops when they had to, and they needed them.
Andre Miller, a rare jump shot tonight, but everybody knocking it down, as the Nuggets shooting 60% from the field.
Throughout the contest, folks, not just in this quarter.
Channing Frye. And David Lee, another rebound. Robinson just jacks it up. Jeffries tries to keep it alive. Here's Anthony spinning inside. Too much scoop. And there's Reggie Evans with a rebound. Anthony got hit in the face on the play. He's hurting. You can see him in the far upper right corner. Marbury the rebound. Marbury for three. Won't go. Tipped by Jeffries. And Evans comes up with elbows to flying.
This is Evans' forte, bounding and astounding.
Well, he's got 8 rebounds in 16 minutes. He's number 1 in the NBA in rebounds per minute. He averages 8 in 20 minutes a game. 4.5 remaining. Knicks still with a big deficit to overcome. Marbury misses the layup. And a foul call on Denver. Anthony still shaken up. Carmelo Anthony. Camby comes in. Evans sits. But Anthony didn't look over to the bench to come out.
What? The mismatch on Anthony takes him right to the hoop.
Blocked by Camby. 6 blocks for Camby. And Smith down the other end, showing off
And it's back up to 18.
Canby ties his season high for hostility.
Clyde, you mean block shots, don't you? That's a good way to put it. The NBA should list that. Hostility plays. Robinson again, just catching and throwing up shots.
Canby's got him thinking now. No one wants to shoot without hesitating. Good intimidation by Marcus.
Earl Boykins back Smith. And Smith is fouled on his way to the basket. It will not be a continuation.
You're talking about hostility. The rejection by Marcus and Smith. Nice creativity on this stuff.
That's our BMW Ultimate Drive of the game. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. The Nuggets have been able to drive at will tonight. As Smith goes to the line, George Karl watching his team complete this 5-game road trip, and it appears they're going to go 2-3 on the trip. As they are lighting up the scoreboard tonight.
They average 107.
They're also Clyde from the line tonight, 22 of 24. Now 23 of 25. 92%. That is a fabulous number.
And Smith, one of the few young players that you see that's efficient from the line. He's an 84% shooter.
David Lee on the foul, backs it in. Lee with 12 points and 14 rebounds. Ball last touch by Robinson. Nahara will come in. Marty Collins is going to come in. And by now, you see the way this game has developed, like so many games here at the Garden, where the Knicks just play so poorly early, get themselves in the big hole, then all of a sudden find the energy and intensity to get back in the game defensively. At one point, do you have to say, Isaiah Thomas and the coaching staff, they have to hold the players accountable for these bad starts and for digging themselves a hole, or maybe change some kind of scheme in terms of what they're doing.
I agree, man. I think the second unit, as we are seeing right now with Lee and Robinson out there, these are the guys that bring the energy. Now they have Jeffrey, so he's a defensive player. And look at that. This is what's been happening now. They can't get stops.
And especially early in the game, when you fall behind so much, I mean, that you have to have the team better prepared to play in terms of maybe personnel has to be changed, because it's happening far too many times as Robinson puts that shot in. And then the players also, Clyde, too. You know, maybe they think they're playing hard defensively, but you got to look in the mirror and say, obviously I'm not, and I've got to make more of a commitment to defense.
Right, and the numbers will attest to that. Tonight, this team's shooting almost 60% for the entire game from the field.
And they've even slowed the pace and still have 117 points.
And last night, it was 12 three-pointers by the Pacers, so this is no longer an aberration what teams are doing with their fantastic shooting. Canby now season high.
7 block shots.
Yep.
Season high in hostility, as you like to say.
An auspicious return to New York for Marcus Canby. Season high in points and rejection.
You're Earl the Pearl Monroe. Are you planning to come back?
No, I'm with the new team, Hip Health Plan, a New York team.
So am I. My family's been with HIP for years. I swear by their wellness programs. How about a little one-on-one?
HIP continues to grow its network of physicians and providers affiliated with the area's top hospitals. Hey, I'm glad you're on my team, the HIP team. For more information, call 1-800-HIP today or visit our website at hipusa.com.
Welcome to my casa. It's your boy B-Can. This here's my foyer. This is my game room. Right here's my new suede couch. To the pool, baby. These are my ladies. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Hey, man, who are you?
Steve.
You part of the crew?
No, I'm just here for the Bud Light.
Who gave you that? Wednesday, did you give him that?
Refreshingly smooth Bud Light. Always worth it.
Yeah, this is where I spend most of my... Man, put down my papaya!
Take me home, take me home. This is it, y'all.
is David Lee, and I have the perfect gift for you. Knicks holiday packs are available today. Come see us battle the best teams in the NBA. Experience the hustle. Experience Knicks basketball.
Stay tuned after the game. Al Trautwig and MSGNY, presented by ChevyOffers.com. Highlights and reaction from the Knicks, all 3 local hockey teams in action. And a whole lot more, including talk with New York State heavyweight champ Derek Rossi. All that and more. With 2-on-1 remaining, Robinson misses. That's Nate Robinson's 20th shot of the game.
Off the bench tonight for Nate. You see the Nuggets taking no chances. They're keeping their starters on the court.
And just kind of dribbling it out, letting time off the clock, which normally they don't do. They are a fast-paced offense, and they showed that tonight. Shot clock winding down. And a foul on Camby. So, Clyde, what does Isaiah Thomas do to turn this around? And what has been, as we keep saying, it's like the movie Groundhog Day. It's the same scenario.
Right. He's tried to implement pressing and trapping early in the game to get his team out of their lethargic starts, and that hasn't worked. I think just man-to-man, Mike, this zone defense has been shredded the last 2 nights by the opposition. So he's definitely got to look to the bench for guys that can play defense. Jeffries, Balkman, Lee, to get some energizers out on the court, guys that want to really hustle and muscle around out there and make things happen.
I don't know what he's smiling at. Oh, it's Carmelo Anthony that he's having a conversation with. But he has tried to remain positive overall, but maybe that's the wrong message to send to the players. Maybe he has to, criticize them and get on them and let them and everyone know how unacceptable this defensive performance is. Smith, and there's a flagrant 2 foul. He's going to get thrown out of the game. And now hopefully cooler heads will prevail. Nate Robinson throwing a punch. Smith coming right back at him. And this has turned ugly. Robinson getting involved, grabbing Smith after the Ushers trying to get Smith, still trying to throw some punches there. The Ushers quickly trying to break it up. Coach is trying to keep the benches from coming out on the floor. Another punch is thrown. Anthony, and now Jeffries going at it. This is turning into some kind of disaster right now. If they don't hold on to some of these players, Jeffries needs to hold back. Marty Collins still going at Anthony. The Ushers trying to keep the crowd out, too.
Anthony's punch was so loud, you could hear it down here, folks. And he is going to miss a lot of games because of that punch.
There's going to be some heavy suspensions handed out for this, all in a needless situation. A 19-point game with 1:15 remaining. Marty Collins with a horrible decision and a hard foul, and an unnecessary foul started it off. And then Nate Robinson grabbing Smith. And then it just escalated from one to another, and the Ushers had a very difficult time stopping it, as did the coaches.
And then Carmelo Anthony threw a right hand that landed, and you could hear the punch throughout the arena.
And Anthony still chatting and looking over. George Karl trying to get back at him. Well, there's going to be a lot to sort out, not only for the officials now, but for Stu Jackson and the NBA office. There will be suspensions. Isaiah Thomas trying to calm down. Jared Jeffries, who is known as a mild-mannered player, obviously had something that just had snap at him to go running after Carmelo Anthony.
I think Anthony Cole cocked him. That's why. I think he was the guy that got hit. And that's the man that started it all, Marty Collins.
Absolutely no excuse for Collins on a hard foul like that. Let's take a look at how it started. That is just unacceptable. Right away called a flagrant 2. And then you see Nate Robinson trying to hold Smith back and then shoves him. Robinson escalating it as opposed to helping it, and then putting up his fist, throwing the first punch. Just disgraceful.
And let's see what happened with Anthony, who watch Anthony swing a roundhouse right in Jeffries' face.
Smith and Robinson escalating it. There you see Anthony getting in the face of Collins. Anthony continues now. Watch. Carmelo Anthony throws the punch at Marty Collins. Yep.
Yeah, he landed it. See, Collins goes down.
And then Jeffries went after his teammate. See John Donahue there, the security trying to help everybody out there. And Jeffries.
I thought he hit Jeffries the way he's reacting.
Jeffries overreacting as well.
Right.
And in some ways, the way it had become a free-for-all, we're fortunate that it didn't wind up into the stands. Glad, I mean, right away, it just sends back memories. I was at the Palace of Auburn Hills for that disaster, and this had potential like that as they couldn't stop it initially, and it had many scuffles breaking out over and over again. Dick Bavetta trying to hammer it out and figure out who deserves to be thrown out. Marty Collins should, Nate Robinson should, J.R. Smith should, Carmelo Anthony should. There's I mean, just also disgraceful for Carmelo Anthony to throw a punch like that as well and then go backing up.
He's going to miss some time. The only beneficiary from all of this, folks, is probably the charities. So that money will go to a worthy cause, and a lot of it is going to be issued out against these guys.
Marty Collins, just there's no reason for that in this type. No reason for that foul at all, but especially in a game like this, the hard foul, and then Nate Robinson escalating it, J.R. Smith continuing. Those three the main culprits, and then Carmelo Anthony.
And Mike, the thing against Marty Collins, he did it last night. He got a flagrant foul last night, hitting a man on the head, and now he comes back tonight to get another one. So there's nothing we can do to defend Marty Collins.
Now, again, a key for the NBA, too, is going to be making sure nobody on any of the benches get out there. It appeared that most of the players stayed in the vicinity of the bench.
No, there were a lot of Knicks out there. I think I know Stephon didn't leave, nor Crawford, but seemed to be a lot of Knicks out on the court at one time.
George Karl and Thomas talking. All 10 players on the court have been ejected. I don't know if that's ever happened in the NBA.
But that is sending a signal right now, Mike, of how severe these penalties are going to be for this.
Just a disgraceful showing by several individual players. The flagrant 2 foul on Collins is what started it off. He was immediately ejected. And then Nate Robinson just bad decision, and Robinson and Smith going at it, and Nate Robinson escalating it, Smith continuing with that. And then Carmelo Anthony throwing the punch at Marty Collins. And you can hear that punch. Now, key here is when they're all leaving, their referees having the Nugget players leave first. And then the Knick players will leave, and you can bet security will be back in the tunnel. When you go through the tunnel, the Nuggets locker is to the left side, the Knicks locker to the right.
All of this bravado does not belong in the NBA, man. Take it someplace else. Well, these guys will learn their lesson because it's going to hit their pockets.
Yep, they're going to lose a lot of money in the fines, a lot of money for the suspensions, and Marty Collins started it all with just a completely unnecessary and disgraceful foul. Crowd cheering. The Knicks are walking off, but they shouldn't do that. That's a bad scene and some very terrible decisions from Marty Collins. And again, there are players on both sides at fault. And another dismal evening here at Madison Square Garden, and this one turned ugly not only from a basketball standpoint. Dick Bavetta coming over to explain. Marty Collins, flagrant foul penalty to automatic ejection. The player that's been supposed to shoot's been ejected. So 10 ejections, all 10 that were out on the court. I think that's the and the free throw shot by Linus Kleza, that was picked by George Karl because J.R. Smith, who was supposed to shoot the free throws, was ejected. And because it's a flagrant 2 foul that the coach of the same team picks who shoots the free throw. Once again, it just makes you sick to your stomach when you see it go like this. And on a Saturday night, so many kids here at the Garden watching this and have to see this disgraceful showing. And Isaiah Thomas has more than just bad basketball to talk to about his team tonight. Talk about composure and poise. And I think it's got to be the first time in NBA history that all 10 players ejected. Even in that Palace fight, that wasn't the case. And most of the fans still standing as we wind down this game. There's DeMar Johnson. And again, all 10 players on the court at that time was ejected, and probably not all 10 deserved it, because there were some, not all, and not many actually, that were trying to play peacekeepers.
They'll have to sort it out. Stu Jackson or
yep, David Stern and his office have a lot of work to do, work that they certainly are going to come down hard on. After that brawl in Auburn Hills, the message was sent, and the players have talked about this before every game, or every season, I should say. 123 points is a season high for an opponent, and shot clock turned off the final seconds. And this night, another disaster here at the Garden. A blowout loss, and then a very ugly incident as these two teams go at it. Security you see there at the tunnel.